Dun 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 dun. Little pig, little pig.
Blackout, Rory got the back out, showing my black ass. Engine in the glass house, started in a crack house. Obama went the back route, killed Bin Laden, number 4 up in the black house. Still got the max out, pull a mask down like a mascot. Still trick with bitches, I would money her with ass shots. Good, had room for one more, I took the last spot. Re-up gang Peter, Nick, we did it. The jackpot, whole nother level. Then you had fame, that's a whole nother devil. Legit drug dealer, that's a whole nother bezel. Carbon auto mall, that's a whole nother metal. But still keep it ghetto. Behind the scenes, full screens, get your pedal.
Fast we're going. 12, 13. So it's been a little while since I've given you guys an updated look at Alexandria, the gin property. So I figured I'd do that real quick. I just finished doing tours. It's a little bit chilly outside today, but the sun kept us warm. So yeah, I'm gonna take you and show you Alexandria. Just enjoy the ride till the end.
The gun post team whistle like a tea kettle, running like the rebels. You and LV sports shoe on the pedal. I let you niggas settle. Yeah. Trouble on my mind. I got trouble on my mind. Trouble on my mind. So much trouble on my mind. Trouble on my mind. I got trouble on my mind. Trouble on my mind. So much trouble on my mind.
Of course, we're in Woodbury now. I shouldn't have to tell y'all that. And we're coming up on the main strip. Jail cell from the prison. Don't dead open inside. I got them to put me one of these back. Santa Claus. You got the governor's apartment coming right up here above that family dentistry sign. You'll see Nick and Norman's. They got the tree up.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Yeah.
I was on a golf cart tour one time and we met Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He was right here getting flowers. It's crazy. I tell people on tours that I used to have to stop right here and talk about what happened way down there. For 8 years, this was closed off to the public. So this is gonna be the road that the gang first rides into Alexandria on. And where Rick's running from the Horde of Walkers, where Negan does a little pig, where they bring Sasha in the coffin. As you can see, we got some new additions here. This is where those 2 abandoned houses were that AMC built, those set pieces that look like burnt abandoned houses right outside of the gates. This is where those set pieces sat. But they just built these houses. As you can see, they're close together. Kind of odd looking. I'm wondering if that's something to do with the way they build things here for the film industry. And then of course right here you would have had the main gate. This is where the gate slid across. You had the sign there with a little lookout post.
Here we go.
This would be what you see in the background in the shots, like when Rick's running from the horde of walkers. Usually there's a box truck sitting down at the end of the road. You see that box truck a lot in the background of The Walking Dead. They'll take it on the road with them and stuff. They use them to block view of traffic or anything. And if they don't need them, they just kind of park them in the background. So you might see the same box truck over and over. Some more of those new houses. The wall would have ran right in front of these houses, right where that sidewalk is, kind of. And of course we got the pond over here. You would have had some solar panels right here in this little empty lot. Looks like they're building something else new here. That looks pretty cool. That's gonna go there. You got the main part of Alexandria right here, but they're adding on up here. Kind of looks like smaller versions of the townhomes. Although the bottoms of them kind of look like storefronts. But from what I understand, they're not gonna be storefronts. That's just like the entrances to the buildings. I'm not sure if I'm 100% on that information. If that's the case, that's pretty cool, because then they can disguise these as storefronts for filming. Still so strange seeing it without the wall. They just put in these trees. Those three houses on the end, kind of interesting fact, those three houses were unfinished when The Walking Dead came. They left them unfinished for like 8 years, and then when they filmed the final episode and they took the wall down and everything, they finished the inside and sold them. Here's a section of the wall, or a couple of little panels of the wall. I think there's about 5 or 6 panels there. And I don't know this for a fact, but I do have a theory. Hopefully they'll be coming back for the spin-offs. Maybe they'll tie everything up nice and neat at the end of the spin-offs with the scene in Alexandria. And instead of putting up the whole wall again, they can just put up a section and get nice tight shots. Or even like get shots with the actors with the practical wall behind them and then CGI the rest. The wall ran right along the bottom of that hill there. And then this area would have been where you had Father Gabriel's church. Then behind Father Gabriel's church you had the gardens and then the windmill. And then I believe this little side area right here was where they had their meetings. By the fireplace. I could be wrong though. There's another spot like that. Now these stoops, that is where Judith sat and talked to Negan. That little gazebo looking thing's new right there. I figured we'd turn down this way. I'm sure y'all recognize these garages. Let me know in the comments if you do. But yeah, this building coming up here on the left, it's new. That's pretty nice. But yeah. And then right here's the infirmary. You got that classic shot of everybody's on the front porch there on the lawn. There's the other side of the pond where they had the docks and the water filtration system. Those two houses were mostly background houses because people lived in those houses. These three houses though, one on the corner, Jesse and Pete's house, that's where Rick threw Pete out the window, and then right here's where Rick had his big meltdown in the middle of this four-way. Negan put the pool table down at the end of the road down there in front of Rick's house. Speaking of Rick's house, there she is. Where they had the flashback scene with the big feast where Glenn was there, that would have been right here. In most of the shots you can see that window. However, there wasn't a fence there, so it looks a little bit different. Coming up, you've got the gazebo where Reggie was teaching Noah how to draw blueprints, where Father Gabriel was putting up his flyers and Rick was ripping them off. That dock there, I don't think it was there when they were filming. We're back to where we started, the main gate. We're gonna turn around.
Push these niggas off me like, push these bitches off me like, push these niggas off me like, pushing the snakes, I'm pushing the fakes, I'm pushing them all off me like, pushing them all off me like, yeah. I be immune to shit, tucking the broom and shit, and with assume and shit. Know you a joke, my asses are closed, I holler at the moon and shit.
Alright, and right up here, right where the asphalt changes, right where that kid's about to go over the seam, this road would have dead-ended into the wall. Couldn't talk there for a minute, sorry. And these back roads were used as service roads. That garage, that was Jesse's garage. We saw it quite a bit. And I just really like this house. This is new, they just built it a few months back, but it's like industrial looking. And I like the chimney. It's got a smokestack. But these houses aren't in Alexandria. For the gin property. They're right outside. You got the world famous pudding house. Thought I'd show y'all this little area right past the pudding house. It's a good spot to chill. So let's park here. You got parking. And that's the library. And you can actually drive across this. Kind of a tight squeeze. And they've added this. It wasn't too recently, but this used to just stop right here, but now you can keep going. And make a right up here and circle right back to Senoia.
There's number one rule is you gotta stay strapped. 'Cause in a given minute you can
cruising by the farmer's market. Had to come see the in memory wall. And the grain silo from The Walking Dead from Alexandria. Tell me in the comments what this building was used for. It's been used for 4 or 5 different things actually, but tell me one thing. Outpost 22, the back gates, and then the JSS wall. I'm not sure if I've told this story here, but I've been told that a lot of productions didn't like this modern metal warehouse because you got like this historical, beautiful little town and this modern metal warehouse sticking out like a sore thumb. And I heard that's why they put this facade on it. So once you get up here and see these windows, there's actually a wall on the other side, that metal wall on the other side. At certain times of the day, you can actually see them through the windows up. I tried to zoom in, but the sun's got to be hitting it just right to see the metal on the other side. Yeah, so those windows don't lead anywhere. They just did that so it would blend in with the rest of the town. Speaking of the rest of the town, we got Senoia Beer Company. That was Woodbury Coffee House. Before it was Senoia Beer Company, it was Senoia Coffee and Cafe, and they've moved up. These buildings are new and served as living quarters or apartments in the Commonwealth. This one we're coming up on, this balcony, that would have been Stephanie's balcony. And then we're back in Woodbury. But that wraps it up, folks. Just wanted to show y'all around, give you an updated look at Alexandria. Got a lot of videos coming soon, including another visit to Driftwood Beach. There's Bruce the Moose. He's out for Christmas. Be sure to share, subscribe, like, all that stuff. Go to Facebook, clip it up with the sweets. Water Tower Tours, come see us. We'll show you where The Walking Dead's filmed, Stranger Things, Marvel Productions, anything Georgia filmed. We'll take you there. Cobra Kai, anything.
Yeah. Can't remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances. Finesse a nigga with some counterfeits, but now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm counting this. You say with my boo baby, it's like too late for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Western girl with my base stuff. Ooh, that pussy good. What you said it on my taste buds. Make it way too petty. Once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and down, we playing dangerous. AM to the PM.